Alright, let's hop into what you need to know to make your first $5,000 on Shopify. Hello YouTube, it's Hasid here, and today I'm just going to be breaking down to you guys how you could go ahead and make your first $5,000 on Shopify, right? So first things first, I'm going to actually give you guys a quick background on how I started and why I started. So I started Shopify because I needed extra income. I was working a 9-to-5 at a call center actually, and I hated it. I was making above minimum wage, but and it was a decent amount I was making each month, but it wasn't quite enough for me to actually do what I wanted to actually get into it, right? So there's actually a couple things you need to know being a Shopify, and don't mind the mic, it's just because I find it works better when it's closer to my mouth. Alright, let's hop into what you need to know to make your first $5,000 on Shopify. I wish I actually saw this video before I started Shopify dropshipping, or actually when I started Shopify dropshipping, so I could know exactly what you guys are going to know, so you guys will have years and years and years of advantage on me. And I'm currently just on here. I was just working on my Shopify store, as you can see. I don't know if you guys can see, I'll show you guys a video, and I just taught what would be a good thing for me to know, or I wish I knew back when I started Shopify. So I thought this would be a very interesting topic. So I want you guys to know the most important thing starting drop shipping would be, and actually when I started, I thought it was multiple things. Like, you guys might think it might be how your product page looks. You might think it might be where you're posting your ads. You might be thinking it might be the traffic and how big your audience is. You might be thinking on different roads and different ideas. You might have different ideas, different concepts on what could be leading to your success, or maybe your failures as well. What I found going forward, and I'm actually going to give you guys two massive tips that are going to be so important to you and to your success. The first thing I found was, the first one is mindset, right? So it was actually my mindset, and most of you guys might hate me right now. You might want to just turn off the video. The other tip is important for you as well. This tip, I know most of you guys don't think is important, but I promise you, I personally believe this is the most important one. Most people think it's too cliche and they don't want to hear it, but I promise you it is important to have, right? So you want to have a mindset, and you want to have a goal in your mind of how much you want to achieve. You want to have different ambitions. You want to have in your head, you want to set in your head that you have different goals that you want to achieve, right? By certain times. You also you also need to want to know what you don't know, right? So you want to have a spirit of learning. You want to be able to chase after the things you don't know. You want to focus and try and achieve what you think you're trying to achieve, right? So at the same time, you want to also not give up. And that's all mindset, right? So most people might give up after the first product not working, or maybe two products not working. It took me forever to find a product that worked for me. And I tested multiple products, but the reason why I didn't quit was because I had a very solid mindset. I knew what I wanted. I knew what my dreams were. I knew how much I wanted to make a month. I already had everything. I already had a picture in my head, and I already visualized. So I just kept going, right? And I believe that's why mindset is so important, because most people think it's something that is not as important, but I promise you, it's critically important. I honestly think it might be one of the most important things out there. So focus heavily on your mindset. Focus heavily on why you want to achieve what you want, why you want to achieve your goals. Focus heavily on not quitting, right? So quitting doesn't happen immediately when you come into a dilemma or a problem. It actually starts before. And most people think that's a dumb theory, but I personally believe it, because there's two things when you're making a decision. You already made the decision to start Shopify, but there's two things in your head. There's two types of people. I apologize. There's two types of people. There's going to be a person who chooses that do or die, he's going to succeed Shopify dropshipping, right? Or there's going to be another type of person who is just testing, someone who thinks, I'll just try and see if I can make this work. There's two types of people. Which person are you going to be? Are you going to be the person with the concrete mindset, or are you going to be the person who's a tester? And I promise you, testers never succeed, and if they do, it's probably like 0.1% out of the 100% of the people, versus people who do or die. There's a strong 70%, 80% of people who succeed on that side. So you have to make up your mind and know whether you want this badly or you don't, right? And the second most important tip for you to actually get to $5,000 a month is the product, right? And I know you guys are thinking, no, it might not be the product. My ads might be wrong. My product is good. It's never that way. So how you guys want to think about it is just realize if your product is amazing, you're going to succeed. You might have an average store. If everything else is average and you have an amazing product, you're going to succeed. But if you have an average product and everything else is amazing, the chances of you succeeding drop, right? So you want to go ahead and find a very good product. You could obviously source a product from different locations. So Alibaba, AliExpress, there's different places, Walmart, Amazon, there's different places you can source the product from, but you want to find a product that sells itself. So you want to find a product, and I'll show you guys a quick picture here. And that's one of the campaigns I'm running. 1.9 million people saw that product for free, and I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to try and get people. Obviously, I tried to promote the product and try and have people see the product, but the product was selling itself. You want a product that does that. So how about almost 40% of my sales wouldn't have come if the product didn't sell itself. So you also want to go ahead and find products that sell themselves. That's also a very, very important factor. If a product is selling itself, then you don't necessarily have to do so much. So a quick example that I want you guys to think about would be, imagine having the iPhone and like a poorly made phone, right? Like a Chinese phone. Those really awful ones. Obviously, there's good Chinese phones, but you know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that fucking sound, I apologize for cursing, but the ones that sound fucking crazy. But yeah, think about the two phones, right? So you could definitely go and buy the Chinese made phones, the really poor quality ones, for $10, maybe $20, versus you spend $750, $1,000 on an iPhone, even though you know that is still an option. And why you do that is because the product is amazing, right? It doesn't matter. Some people think it's all about pricing. It's not necessarily pricing. It's the product that sells itself. An iPhone sells itself. If obviously there's good marketing around it, but the product itself sells itself, right? So that iPhone versus other phones that are sold in China, I promise you, the iPhone has way better sales, way better people who actually want to buy the product versus the other product that is obviously way cheaper and it's just a shittier product, but no one's going to buy it. And most people think it might be maybe a pricing angle. That's why some products are winning or whatever. No, it's actually the product, the quality of the product, and how the product actually sells itself. So you guys should definitely think about this long term. Think about what you want with your products. Think about succeeding, and think about it in a good light. So you don't want to find products that are shitty. You want to find products that are amazing. If you don't find good products that are going to sell themselves, then you're going to have a really hard time trying to succeed Shopify dropshipping. If you really like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell so you could get notified when I drop the video. And I'm also going to be dropping a video on how to find the right products, right? So it should be coming in the next couple of days here, or maybe the next couple of weeks. But also hit that notification bell just so you can see it. Once that video is uploaded, you will find a way, and you will know how to find products that make me upwards of $100,000 a month, right? And looking on here, I'll show you guys a quick video of how much I did today, and just be a daily update. If you guys wanted, I could actually start a daily update on my channel and be letting you guys know what I do every time I make a video, right? So thank you guys for your time.